Welcome to Girls Will Yap podcast. We're your hosts, Harmony and Sage, talk about movies, pop culture, where everything is alleged, and literally anything else that'll cross our minds. We met by accident, we stayed on purpose, and now we yap for your entertainment. Let's yap, y'all.
So, Harmony, I had you watch The Help.
Yes.
I've watched it so many times, but what did you think about it? It was your first time?
It was my first time watching it, and I will say whatever awards they won, well deserved. The acting was absolutely amazing. Viola Davis, Emma Stone, Octavia Spencer, just everybody in that movie, Cecily Tyson. Now, I will say I'm not going to watch it again, but just in general with movies like that deal with racism, I usually just watch them one time and that's it. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay. You
Yeah.
see why I make my kids watch it for homeschool.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Lots of valuable lessons in there.
Right.
Mhm.
It's the empathy. Um,
Mhm.
Maybe it's not preaching on the historical aspects very much, but it's how the people felt going through this. That was
Yes.
very personalized. So we're gonna get right to the question of the pie. How could she have made that pie and that girl not taste that?
And that's what I was wondering because that girl was chowing down on it,
She had 2 pieces.
right? And I'm like, "Did you mix it with something?" Because I feel like if you had poop in your mouth, you would know.
And, it could have been just a little bit, but it
That's
doesn't
true.
even matter if it's a little bit. You put any poop, that's it's too much.
For her, she deserved it. I'm glad she had 2 pieces. Wish she would have ate the whole thing.
I wanna say, I think this is a very important part. Skeeter is the only one of those girls who went off to college and got an education.
And makes sense.
So she came back with a lot more understanding, a lot more empathy, a lot more acceptance.
Yeah, she went and actually saw that there is more to the world than Jackson, Mississippi, and got to deal with other people. And what's the girl? Hilly was just the queen, mean bee. And oh my God, I hated her so bad. Whoever played her acted down because I wanted to fight her the whole movie.
That is Bryce Dallas Howard.
She did a hell of a job.
She did. I hated her too. Still
Hmm.
today, I hate her.
Yes.
But I would just wanted to point out too that this is not just about racism, though that is
Hmm.
the main point. It's about feminism too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because those men controlled those women.
Hmm.
But
Didn't
then
let them
again,
do anything.
when it came to dealing with the help, the women were the ones to do it.
Mhm.
Strange dynamic there.
Like, the only man I really liked, was is her name Cecilia or Cecily?
Celia, or
Celia.
yeah,
I
Celia
liked
Foot.
I liked her husband at
He was
the
cool.
end. Like, he was super cool, and he knew his wife wasn't cooking.
Yeah. She's my favorite character in all of this.
She was fantastic. I really liked her, and I really liked the relationship that she had with Minnie.
Oh my gosh, do you remember when Minnie told her, "You can't eat with me," basically?
Mhm.
And she forcefully said, "I'm gonna eat right here."
I love that because Minnie was so worried about her husband coming home and seeing them eating together and shooting and killing her. And
Yes.
she
Oh,
was like, "No, I'm going to eat with you." And just imagining that people actually lived through that, oh, it just makes me want to cry.
I know, I know. And she got so excited about Minnie coming and accepting the job. She was jumping up and down in her little giddy way, and the
Hmm.
Coke was flying everywhere.
And then at the end, when she cooks Minnie dinner, oh, that was beautiful.
That right there, that's the epitome of acceptance.
It is. It is. Look what you've done for me. Let me do for you.
And to cook for somebody is such a gift. We've also got to talk about the fact that the toilets were on the front lawn.
Oh my gosh. I love that Skeeter did that because that initiative was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We need to have separate toilets because Black people have different diseases and you don't want to get them from the toilets.
They treated Black people like an animal, like animals,
Yeah,
like some
honestly, like less than animals.
true. And there she was. Who was it who was on that toilet? Oh, it was Abilene Clark. Aileen, maybe is how you say it. And she was in that bathroom on the toilet, sweating bullets because they didn't put any, AC or a fan or anything in there. They didn't care. It was nothing more than a modern outhouse.
Yeah, it was terrible, and then the fact that these women claim to be Christians, I like at the end when she told her, "You are not a godly woman," because she wasn't.
Okay, so we have to talk about Skeeter's mom, who obviously was fighting cancer.
Yes,
She did some horrible things.
she absolutely did.
Yeah. So that Constantine was their longtime housemaid, black lady, of course. And to save face, she abruptly canned her.
Yeah.
And this girl raised Skeeter. But in the end, Skeeter's mom stood up to Hilly. So it was like, we can't say she was necessarily all bad. She wasn't all good. It was just how women were.
Yeah, and I will say that I don't think anybody, well, for the most part, people aren't all bad or all good. There's some nuance there. Hilly was all bad, though. I don't see no saving grace.
I agree with that.
But the mom eventually got it together. It's a shame that she did those things and she let peer pressure let her not make the best decisions. But I'm glad at the end her daughter opened her eyes to see, damn, what I've been doing is not right. Let me,
Yeah.
course correct.
Okay, so these black women, not just in the movie, I'm talking about black women, especially in the South, raised white baby
All the time.
all the time.
Hmm.
This is why, now some people are going to disagree with me, but this is why Southern culture, which I'm big respect for, it's a cousin to black culture.
Yeah.
So because black women were raising the white kids, and it was just all integrated.
Absolutely. Black women are the mothers of the earth, honestly.
Yes, yeah. Not enough respect. And I think something that stuck with me in the movie when they were saying, "We are raising these white kids, and these white kids are gonna end up being like their moms."
That made me so sad because it's so true. And then honestly, I just prayed. What was the little girl's name?
Meg.
Maybell? May, I honest to God hope that she did not turn out to be like her mother and her friends. And it broke my heart when Abilene had to walk away from her.
And that girl's in the maze in the window crying. Actually, that was one of my questions I had for you. Do you think May did grow up, hypothetically, do you think she grew up to be mean to black women?
I would hope not, but I feel like if she never had another interaction with a black woman, kids aren't born with hate, they're taught that. So if her mother and her father are teaching her that hate, there is a strong possibility that unless she got out of that town, that she grew up to be racist just like her parents.
Reminds me of Gone with the Wind, which I don't think you've seen or read,
Mm-mm.
but where Scarlett loves her nanny, which, well, she calls her mammy, considers her family, would lay down her life for that lady. But any other black person is beneath her feet.
Mhm. And that's not the way it should be.
No, no, I don't understand it. But the affirmations that Abilene did with May, that's my favorite
Yeah.
saying in all movies. I thought that was the sweetest thing because she loved that girl.
She loved, cherished, like, I think that was the hardest part from her, not even losing the job, is the fact that she wouldn't be with baby girl anymore because she's the only one who's really showing this girl love. Like, her mom just couldn't do it, couldn't deal with her.
Well, and her mom did have postpartum depression, though it wasn't called that back in, I think they called it the baby blues or something.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, she just couldn't do it because, like, she
Yeah.
just wasn't physically, mentally in a place to take care of her.
Okay, so let's talk about the man who's the editor who gives Skeeter her first job.
Mhm.
He's a character, you know?
Yes, that's, Leslie Jordan, RIP.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes, that's it. Um, the dance he did, that man, he is born to act.
He was fantastic. He got a lot of us through COVID, him posting his videos, and
I miss
he
that.
was like, "What are you doing? Screwing?"
Are you serious?
Yeah, you gotta go back and find his videos. He was so funny.
He is hard to describe to people.
Yes.
So do you think this was an accurate representation of how it was in the South back in the '60s?
Honestly, I feel like it was probably worse than this, if we're being honest.
Now, I was thinking so too because they only showed one time when their life was threatened.
Mhm.
When they were on the bus and all that. Well, I think this focused more on the feelings and the
I agree.
relationships. Yeah.
Mhm. That is spot on because, like, it was a hell of a lot worse back in the '60s.
Would you recommend this movie to people?
I would say people should watch it. If you haven't seen The Help, I don't regret watching it, so thank you for suggesting it.
Well, you're welcome. Everybody needs to know what the pie situation was, so
You know what's funny is I was laying in the bed watching it, and then my boyfriend made the comment, like, because he hadn't seen the movie, but he was like, is this that pie scene that people talk about?" So he knew about it, but hadn't seen it, so that was his first time seeing it too.
so he watched the whole movie with you?
Not the whole movie, but
Okay.
he watched the pie part and after.
It's so funny during that pie scene, she's like, "Eat my shit."
Yes, and I love that her mom, which was the mom Sissy Spacek?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Fantastic actress as well.
yes.
I love that her mom was laughing. She thought it was hilarious and then freaked her daughter out when they were at the little gala thing, and she was like, "Oh, you won her chocolate pie."
What we have to clarify to our listeners, like, the mom we're talking about has dementia,
Mhm.
but she has a moment of clarity, and she found this pie thing hilarious, and she
Yes.
really just kept this pie thing in her back pocket to make her daughter's life miserable because her daughter deserved it.
She really did. She was like, "I don't remember a lot, but I remember when you ate mini shit."
Oh my gosh. So proud of the ladies for being brave writing this book. We have to tell these stories. Otherwise, people are going to come behind and whitewash everything.
I agree. That took a lot of guts, a lot of courage for them to stand up and do that because they knew the possibilities of what could happen to them
Yeah.
getting this published. So I was so proud of
I
them.
don't have anything else to say about it, do you?
No, everybody acted down. Everybody needs an Oscar for this movie, I swear.
Yeah. Great movie. I recommend. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Girls Will Yap podcast. We love having you here to talk pop culture, nostalgia, and to share our hot takes. Follow us on all the socials at Girls Will Yap so you don't miss the conversations. As always, let's yap, y'all.